Man, Ravens pack is hitting, ain't it? Yo, what is up, Steelers Nation? What is up, YouTube? Your Pittsburgh Steelers are 8-2 and 1-0 in the AFC North Division. Let's go, baby. I don't normally use these backwoods, and you can see I'm not very good at it, but it was needed. 6 field goals from the Boss. We kept a 30-point per game averaging team to 16 points. Let me pull up my tweets here. I was actually tweeting during this game. I don't tweet a whole lot. We were 4 of 16 on third down. We were 0 for 1 on fourth down. And we were 0 for 4 in the red zone. But we still got the win. This obviously wasn't the most explosive game as far as offense. But this was AFC North football, baby. Take a look here. Quarterback comparisons. Lamar Jackson, 16 for 33 for 207 yards. A touchdown and a pick. Russell Wilson was 23 for 36 for 205 yards. And 1 interception, no touchdowns. We ended up keeping Derrick Henry to 65 yards. He did get the touchdown. We kept him well below his averages. Najee ended up getting 18 carries for 63 yards. Not too bad. And their top leading receiver was Isaiah Likely, 4 receptions for 75 yards. And then we had George Pickens, had 8 receptions for 89. So let me go through a couple of my tweets here as I was going through in real time. Oh, first, before that, shout out to the Steelers defense. The defense stepped up in a huge way. Multiple turnovers. We see one right here. Forced by Patrick Queen and recovered by Patrick Queen. Every turnover we got was a huge play. Whether it was this one that gave us the ball back in scoring range and allowed us to get that field goal before the half. Or it looks like this next one I was about to mention. Peyton Wilson, the rookie, with an incredible Devin Bush I don't know if anybody remembers that Devin Bush play from his rookie year. The dude makes a great catch down the sideline, and while falling down, he just straight gets his arm in there and pinches it in between his elbow and rips it away for the interception. Unbelievable. But yeah, we got to give Baltimore credit because I feel like they played a lot like we did. They played that bend but don't break, give up some yards but don't let them score. And for the most part, it worked. If it wasn't for our defense coming out and playing lights out, this would have been, we would have fed right into their game plan. They kept us to 18 points. If they had scored 21, they would have won this game. And that's one thing I'll say about when we're not able to actually get the ball in the end zone. It gives us a far smaller margin of error when it comes to being able to win these games, because for a lot of the game, it felt like we dominated, but it was always a one-score game. So one touchdown, one big play here or there, they were in position to take this game from us at almost any point. But shout out to the defense, man. Minka is continuing to have a bit of an up and down season. I see what people are talking about when it comes to, some of these plays that he unfortunately isn't able to make that we see the old Minka make. But Minka's so solid, dude. He's playing safety valve for us. He's helping to prevent the big play. And yeah, he let up the one big play to Mark Andrews, who's coming back in the form. On the right hash, going out of bounds there, but I don't know. I still feel like he's been playing good. T.J. Watt, I think he ended up getting a sack, but it got negated by a call. But he was giving Lamar Jackson fits. It just seemed like anytime there was any of those RPO plays, his assignment was to go for Jackson regardless. And there were a couple of them where Jackson just made incredible extension plays to get out of some sacks, and to extend plays. And even the one he threw it, he hit Zay Flowers right in the face with the ball after extending the play, and he just didn't catch it. We held Deontay Johnson to one catch. He got free for a second, but our pressure on Lamar kept him from being able to complete the pass, and the ball sailed out of bounds on the one where Deontay did get loose up the right, or up the, I think it was the left sideline. Cam Hayward continues to impress. He never quits on the play. You see him in the backfield. You see him chasing people down a lot. And the one play he had the presence of mind, hit Lamar in the face, but he didn't grab the face mask. He just hit him, and that was it. No flag. Very smart heads-up player. I thought George Pickens played good. He had 8 receptions. He almost had the one in the end zone, but, I mean, that dude just made a hell of a play on the ball. There's not really much you can do about that. I thought he played really good. Calvin Austin, unfortunately, dropped one down the left sideline that he could have had. Would have gave him some numbers, would have boosted Russ's numbers up as well. I think that's like a 30, 40-yard play. I would have liked to have seen more Mike Williams. We didn't see a lot of Mike Williams. I'd have liked to have seen a little bit more Pat Freiermuth. But I feel like part of the reason you didn't see him down the stretch is because Big Darnell Washington. 2 catches, 42 yards, including that one late in the game. He caught down the middle and got us the first down. Shouts out to our boys, man. But the media will tell you, I'm not convinced. I haven't seen enough. You know, I don't think Russ is that guy. I don't think their defense is as good as what they've been made out to be. I don't think they played anybody. Chargers, potential playoff team, probably going to make the playoffs. Nobody. The Washington Commanders, that were favored to beat us, going to be a playoff team. Rookie of the year. Nobody. Potential 3-time MVP. Favored against us at home. A lot of people picked to win the division. Nobody's. It's a division game. Anything can happen. That does not count. That is not a valuable win. I'm already ready for it. That's been the word on the street leading up to this game, is that we don't play anybody. We don't make the schedule. The schedule was seriously backloaded, and nobody picked us to be any good all season long. But we haven't played anybody, and that's the reason we are 8-2 and 1-0 in the division. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, 8-2 is kind of crazy. 8-2 is kind of crazy, especially with the way that we've been winning. It's just been all facets of the game. All facets of the game, we've been able to come through and make big plays, game in and game out. Whereas the offense humming, the defense humming, special teams, combination of the two, or sometimes even all 3 phases of the game, we just come through and just make big plays here. I'm trying to go through and see where the turnovers came in. Let's see. We had 2 sacks. TJ Watt did have a sack, 1 counted. Dean Lowry, I forgot about his sack late in the game. And a bunch of batted balls, too. I forgot to mention that. It's a lot of batted balls. Patrick Queen led the team with 10 tackles, 3 solo tackles, and a tackle for loss. Plus, he had the forced fumble. So, let's see. Peyton Wilson had the interception. They don't show fumbles? I guess they don't show fumbles. Oh, it's right here. I went right past it. Patrick Queen forced one and recovered, and Deshaun Elliott recovered one too. It's weird. It doesn't show who. Uh, it doesn't show who forced the fumble, but one. Wait. Okay, now I remember. So, Nick Herbig forced that one early in the game on Patrick Queen. That's right. He forced that one, and Deshaun Elliott recovered that one, and then Patrick Queen forced the fumble on Isaiah Likely, and he recovered his own fumble. Patrick Queen, man, he was ready for this game. He was ready for this game. George Pickens, 8 receptions for 89 yards. Darnell Washington, 2 receptions for 42. Najee had 4 receptions for 30. Could have been more. He dropped that one. Jalen Warren, 4 receptions for 27 yards. Pat Fryermuth, 2 receptions for 14 yards. And Ben Schroenick, hopefully I'm saying that right. Number 15, I feel like Tomlin's giving him a chance because he's been making a lot of plays on special teams. And they brought him in there and had him play a lot of offensive snaps. Felt like, maybe just the block or whatever. But I wanted to see a lot more of Mike Williams in this game. I felt like he could have really been used. But I don't know, maybe the Steelers just figured this is going to be an ugly win. And we just need to keep moving the ball and make sure we keep getting in the field goal range and not worry about going for the touchdowns. Because early in the game, Russ just seemed a little bit, I don't want to say a little bit slow, but he was looking for the big play. He kept looking for the big play, and a lot of the times unfortunately, it just wasn't there, and he was taking some sacks and pause. And we were getting behind the chains a lot. Like I said, we were 4 for 16 on third down. It's really bad, but there were a lot of drives in there where we would move the ball, but we would take a sack or or we have a couple untimely penalties. A lot of fighting, a lot of shoving back and forth, a lot of unsportsmanlike conducts in this game, and people getting threatened to get kicked out. I think it was like 2 sets of penalties on 4 separate players, and it's chippy. It was really chippy out there, AFC North football. But point of that is we were in a lot of first and 15s or third and 13s or third and 20s, and it was just a lot of tough conversion downs. It was a lot of rough downs like that. So all in all, I think we made a statement here. I know we didn't get in the end zone as much as we wanted, but if you watch the game, I still say we dominated the majority of that game. We just couldn't put the ball in the end zone. That's been an Achilles heel of ours for years. It definitely got a lot better with Russ coming in, but unfortunately, a lot of these trips in the red zone. And credit to Baltimore, they really locked in and made it tough on us. And I know Russ had the one he tried to float it to Darnell Washington, which I think is a great idea, but just a little bit too much steam on it. Went over his head, and unfortunately, the defender was able to make a play on it, and that we lost 3 points. But this felt a lot further in distance than a 2-point game at the end of the game. A lot of this game was a 1-possession game, which it shouldn't have been. It should have been a lot more, but that's the margin of error you give yourself whenever you're not putting the ball in the end zone. So hope we learn from that. Make sure we clean that up for the next time we play. And I think we play Cleveland next, if I'm not mistaken. So we know that's always a tough game here in these more recent years. So we got to be on our A game. But yeah, here we go, Steelers, man. Let's go 8-2, top of the AFC North. Definitely going to make the playoffs, and we just got to keep hanging on. We can get a playoff game at Pittsburgh if we continue to play this way. So here's to Steelers win, a Ravens loss, and hopefully some more wins going forward. Every week we just got to come and play our game, and I feel like we can beat anybody on the schedule. So let's go. If you're still here, I appreciate you. You're a real one. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you later.